cannot let this, we've never allowed any crisis from the Civil War straight through to the pandemic of 17, all the way around 16. We have never let our democracy take second fiddle. We can both have a democracy and elections and at the same time correct the public health. And in order to avoid those very high numbers, we have to do at least several things. One, we have to depend on what the president's going to do right now. And first of all, he has to wait till the cases before anything happens. Look, the whole idea is he's got to get in place things that were shortages of.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did, and back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. And you walk to the car and say, "You may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head." I said, "You kidding me?" He said, "No, if you don't come back." And he was right. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And they had, those days, used to remember the straight razor. You'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty.
I hear you. This person.
COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, it's taken more than 100 years. Look, here's the lives. When you think about it, more lives this year than any other year. And turn this primary from a campaign that's about negative attacks into one about what we're for, because we cannot get reelected. We cannot win this reelection. Excuse me, we can only reelect Donald Trump. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Kingswood Community Center. Actually, that's the one down I used to work. As a joke. You didn't know where we were. Anyway. Welcome to Kingswood Community Center. Actually, that's the one down I used to work. As a joke. You didn't know where we were. Anyway. Welcome to Kingswood Community Center. Actually, that's the one down I used to work. As a joke. You didn't know where we were. Anyway. It's great to be here and back in a place where, I want to thank Wayne. And by the way, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. Here's the deal. I have to be, and everybody has to be, much more aware of the private space of men and women. It's not just women, but primarily women. And I am much more cognizant of that. But I am so, like, for example, I actually thought in my head when I walked out here, I mean, do I know we're friends.
It's tricky.
No, but I have to be aware of it. So I have to be more cognizant, and we all have to be more. A woman or a man has a right to say, particularly women, say, "No, this is not my space." They shouldn't have to say no. I should be able to read better, but I have never in my life done anything in approaching a woman that has been, other than trying to bring solace. I'm used to, like, one of your staff was producers, or I'm not sure who it was backstage, saying, "I remember you're the only guy last time you get up and you walked into the audience and talked to people." I'm used to, I think it's really important we listen. I think those who are elected officials, it's important they listen and understand what people are going through and what they're concerned about, and let them know that you know. And so I don't think that's old-fashioned or no. I think it's everybody, we should be doing that. But I have to be more careful that I walk in, even including whether I sit down next to somebody and is not invited to sit down. So that's my responsibility. I have to be more aware, and it's totally legitimate for someone not to have to say, no, don't get in my private space. It's my job. It's my job to read that, no, this is space that no one wants me to invade.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think it's legitimate, and I think it is, but I don't think anyone's ever said that I invaded their space in a way that was designed to do something other than making them feel uncomfortable, but not anything having to do with harassment or anything else.
Right, they have said that, but they have also said, we'd like an apology.
Well, look, I'm really sorry if what I did in talking to them, trying to console, that in fact they took it a different way. And it's my responsibility to make sure that I bend over backwards to try to understand how not to do that.
Nancy Pelosi wants you to say, I'm sorry that I invaded your space.
Sorry I invaded your space. I mean, I'm sorry this happened. But I'm not sorry in the sense that I think I did anything that was intentionally designed to do anything wrong or be inappropriate. It was inappropriate that I didn't understand, that I assumed. Look, I was, anyway.